actual system for the players.
Well, are we allowed to do that?
Yeah, sure.
So,
do you want to describe it? Can you describe it rationally and in terms that players can understand?
Yeah. Well, no, but
Go ahead.
I'll do it then. Well, you want to do it? No,
No, you should do it. It's your system.
You wander into an area that's quite cool and interesting with big things happening. You take part, you beat stuff up, you pull levers, you kill things, you move stuff, you wait for big dragons to attack, you're fighting. Sometimes you play a big part, sometimes you play a little part. Ultimately, gets to the end and it goes, wow, that was awesome. And let's see, there was about 30 of you. I wonder who's going to win. And everyone who's taken part is given a contribution. Like, well, you did an awful lot. You can have a big bonus. You didn't do so much, you can have a little bonus. And this box opens, ticks down a timer, it goes, here we go, we're going to be rolling. And this box comes up with these numbers, and it says, here's your bonus, and then it spins these dials, and it goes,
like a slot machine.
Like a slot machine. And it goes, you scored this much, this much, this much, this much. And then it rolls it into a scoreboard. And it goes, this person won, this person came second, this one came third, and then this big chest falls from the sky, falls from the sky, beams of light coming out of it, whoosh, whoosh, and it says, you won, you won, it's there, it's on that chest with the beam of light, it's there, go and get your gift. And then the gift is like a bag, it's a coloured bag, like a green bag, or you got a purple bag, silver, or a gold bag, and you go up and it says, I got a green bag, and you open it, you open up the bag, there's a little mystery bag, in the bag there's a list of stuff, from crazy stuff to interesting stuff to stuff that you might already have, all of which you can use, and then right at the bottom it says, or I'll just take the money, which was the bit I really wanted. And you go, I want that, and so you go, I've won a purple bag. What's in your purple sack? Something cool. So that's it. That's how it works. And it's got that moment of, oh, what am I going to win? Oh, I came fourth.
I'll do it again.
I'm going to do it again. And that's basically the experience. Vegas.
That's it. Everything he's saying is dead on. That's exactly how it works.
And everything in the bag, when you open it up, will be usable for your character?
Absolutely.
That's the joy of it. So you end up to go, whatever's in the bag, it's something I can use.
It's for me.
Mystery bags of joy. One of them, actually, the start of the Dark Elves, also has the opportunity to have a trophy in it. Because we were looking at the trophy, so this is this idea that you can find something like a skull or a severed hand or that, and then you can stick it in different parts of your body and show off. And it's a really neat idea, but originally they were sort of going, you know what, maybe we should reward people later on, you've got to level 20, maybe now. I went, no. Why don't we make it capable of getting it in an early public quest? That way you're out there fighting, killing a dragon, and you go, I've got a trophy. I'm going to take the trophy.
I think I'll put it here.
Or here. Or
right here.
Or
I've actually seen one that goes right here.
Or here.
Yeah.
Here.
On your head.
Wherever it looks coolest. And that's another example of using public quests so that they're not crap.
Yeah.
Craps.
That's it.
So
Craps.
Talk a little bit more about the trophy system, the way that feeds back into player customization.
He should do that because it's a system. I'm not good on systems.
Yeah, so the trophy system is intentionally from the very beginning we wanted to number one, reward players for the kind of the cool achievements that they did in the game. Then we wanted them to be able to show off those achievements to other players quickly and easily. So with the trophy system, we basically give out rewards for a variety of different things that you can do within the game. Whether it's unlocking Tome of Knowledge entries, killing monsters, doing quests, whatever. And these rewards are artistic pieces that you can display on your character. Imagine your character as a trophy rack. So I can take that skull and I can literally put it on my belt. And beyond that, I can then move that skull around on my belt to different locations. So you might have a skull, I might have a skull, we both put it on our belt, but I might wear mine over here, you wear yours on your butt, I wear mine on my front hip. You might have a severed hand that I can hang around my neck, and maybe I wear it on a chain around my wrist, or maybe it sits on my shoulder. So there's hundreds of different trophies based upon your race and your career that allow you to be walking along the world and somebody says, hey, where'd you get the head from the dwarf? And you're like, well, that's the dwarf king's head. I killed the dwarf king, that's why I have his head. Aren't I cool? So that's the trophy system, in a nutshell.
Quite a big nutshell.
A big nutshell.
Big nutshell.
One of the things that when you extended the development period, one of the reasons was so that you could improve the skin starting areas. How has that how has that gone, and how has the beta feedback on that area been?
Wow.
Like having children. 'Cause like the first kid you have,
What does that mean?
you think you're prepared for it. It turns up, you've got no idea, and you sort of go, "Oh my lord!" It poos everywhere. It just makes a lot of noise. I don't get any sleep. I thought this
Is
was
that
gonna be
normal?
easy. Is it supposed to do
Is
that?
it bleeding?
And then, you're not really too sure. By the time you have your second child, your third child, you got much better at it. You've actually got a system, you buy the right sort of car. Actually, it's a breeze. It was like that with our starting areas. You build them with a good heart.
Yeah.
You build them using all the assets you've got. You build them trying to understand how to do it. You then put players in it, and you go, whoops, some of that's not as good as it should have been. So what it was used for was like having your first child, be able to say, right, let's do that again, once more, with passion.
Yeah, so when we did Greenskin and Dwarf, it was the first area we did, and we really had a drive to go in to get the game done and to do it. And so we were kind of on rails, doing it a certain way. And then as we went to Chaos and Empire, that kind of opened up for us. Kind of our blinders opened up a little bit. And then we went to Dark Elf and High Elf, and again we opened it up more. And so a lot of the game beyond beyond Dwarf and Greenskin was very broad, and there was a lot of interesting things going on. And so we went back to Dwarf and Greenskin, and it just didn't measure up. And we're like, we need to open that up. And so that's what we've done. And we do that across the game. We constantly are going back and looking and reiterating on anything that's iterative, focused development.
Yeah. Basically, tear it down and rebuild it and do it better. Tear it down, rebuild it, do it better.
Tear it down's probably a
I think
strong
you can.
word.
I think you can do it better. Just do it better.
Right.
Again.
Right.
One of the interesting things about the chaos or destruction side is, despite the fact that each of them is, shall we say, the stereotypically evil race, they're all very, very different from each other.
Harsh. Evil.
I did say stereotypically evil.
Misunderstood and badly cast in the light of those order people.
I don't think they call themselves evil.
I did say
Sorry, go ahead.
stereotypically evil.
Unjustly persecuted and thrown from their homeland, merely doing what comes natural
Just
to
looking
them,
for a good fight.
just looking for a good fight, and clearly the dominant force on the planet. I mean, it's not evil. It's destiny, manifest destiny, I think it's called.
Well, that being said,
Fix that in post.
Sorry.
that being said, has it been difficult to maintain sort of the character and flavor of each race while still trying to get all the necessary mechanics, while still trying to get all the necessary gameplay mechanics into the game? For example, dark elves tend to be smaller and lighter than any of the other races, but you still need a tank. How do you translate the aesthetic essence of that character into a viable tank?
Fit for purpose. The job of the Warhammer idea, the job of the Warhammer world, its job is to allow us to have a rich tapestry that we can fit for the purpose we're trying to do it for. If we were making a tabletop soldier game, then you use the idea of Warhammer to make the best possible tabletop game, and you have to change and alter and modify the lore as fits you. If you're making it into a novel, you do the same thing. We're making it into an MMO, so we go and look at the wonderful, rich world of Warhammer, and we say, okay, we have certain things we need. We need a tank. So you look at the history, take Dark Elves, and you say, yeah, they're a bit wafty, aren't they? A bit emo, a bit covered in leather, live forever, sort of perfectionist kids. And where's their equivalent of tank? And you look through the history, and you find that they have the Blackguard. Great big tanking, huge guards. They've not got a lot in the history. They're not mentioned. And you go, them, right there. Yeah. Clad in armour with an enormous, great big pokey stick. And they kill anything that comes near them. And they're crazy. They'll do. They'll be great. And then Games Workshop's idea is robust enough to allow us to go, and that's how we'll do it.
Yeah, so your question of how hard was it? I think that Warhammer, we're very careful with the IP, super careful with the IP, but I don't think that the reality of it being hard, I don't think it was hard. I think the IP lends itself very, very well to a lot of differentiation, yet it fits so well within an MMO.
It's flexible as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Squig herders are a great example of flexibility, where you've got a pet class, just not crap. I mean, it's great big meatballs with teeth. You can summon one and it eats the squig herder and bounces around like a tank. It's marvellous. You can throw them. You've got gas ones. You've got spiky ones. You've got great stuff. You got Chaos Marauder. They said it couldn't be done. They said that we couldn't have some off his lolly, drug-addled, crazy, drunken Viking with tentacles and crab claws that would smash meat
And they're
fists.
awesome, man.
And they're in, and they have tentacles and everything. Everything they said could.